people of the world. I am Anmol Dhull and welcome to my YouTube channel Books Mania. First of all, thanks to all my subscribers and viewers. Thank you so much everyone. Your every like and comment means a lot to me. Now, let's start with our book. Friends, the book is an autobiography of one of the most inspiring leaders of India, and that is APJ Abdul Kalam, whose complete name is Abul Pakir Jainul Abdin Abdul Kalam. And this book is co-authored by Kalam sir and Arun Tiwari, his colleague for a decade. Firstly, I like to put some light on why Kalam sir is the most favorite personality after other great leaders. Why most of the Indian citizens want Kalam sir's face on the Indian currency after Mahatma Gandhi ji. And that's because, from my side, his work speaks for himself. He never showed any sign of bitterness in his attitude towards others after gaining huge success. He spent all his life working for the betterment of our nation and put his entire energy to inspire and guide the youth of India till his last breath. This book narrates all the important phases of Kalam sir's life so beautifully that with each chapter you will be forced to contemplate every single time. Kalam sir was a spiritual person, and that's because of his upbringing in the island town of Rameshwaram and because of his parents' influence on him. He said that each creature on this planet is created by God to fulfill a particular role, and whatever I have achieved in my life is through his help and is an expression of his will. All these rockets and missiles are his work through a small person called Kalam in order to tell the several million mass of India to never feel small or helpless. We are all born with a divine fire in us, and our efforts should be to give wings to this fire and fill the world with the glow of its goodness. And that's why this book is named with Wings of Fire. First three chapters of this book will tell you about his complete journey from his childhood to his visit to America for a 6-month training program on sounding rocket launching technique at the NASA. Here you will get to know how he spent his childhood in Rameshwaram, how his little educated boat owner father's innate wisdom and true generosity of spirit had a remarkable impression on his persona, how he used to sell newspaper to help his brother, how he encountered a incident of social inequality and communal intolerance in 5th standard by his teacher, how the events and personalities around him during his childhood has prepared a background for his later success in his professional life. When Kalam sir went to Squads High School, his teacher Iyadurai Solomon became an ideal guide and raised his self-esteem to a point and convinced him that the son of parents who had not had the benefits of education could aspire to achieve whatever he wished. He would say, with faith, you can change your destiny. When Kalam sir joined BSc degree course at St. Joseph's, he was unaware of any other option for higher education, nor did he had any information about career opportunities available to a student of science. After he made the detour and applying for the admission into the Madras Institute of Technology (MIT) with the help of his sister Zohra, his teacher at MIT stretched his intellectual muscle to become a great scientist, and from there he developed an interest in aircrafts too. In the whole book, Kalam sir has mentioned all the persons he met, from whom he learned to grow in every aspect of his life, and despite all the setbacks he faced, they motivate him to move forward and achieve all his goals. From his father to his mentor or colleagues, he analyzed their positive attributes in which they are good at, like a curious student, and present all of them in this book so that each and every one of us could relate, learn from them, and then apply in our professional and personal life. Dear friends, I got so many life lessons which I want to share with you, but that will take so much time. So I have to share only some of them now. But I have already shared some of the excerpts from the book in my Insta account and FB page. You can go and check them. From MIT, he went to HAL, Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, at Bangalore as a trainee. After that, he got two alternative opportunities for employment came before him, and he wanted to join the Indian Air Force because of his long cherished desire to fly. But he was not selected and deeply disappointed and went to Rishikesh. There he met Swami Shivananda, who told him to accept his destiny and go ahead with his life. Search instead for the true purpose of his existence, become one with himself, and surrender to the wish of God. Friends, in our life, we face so many failures and difficulties and consider ourselves unworthy of all the good things, like we don't deserve it at all. Guys, it is okay if you didn't get what you have wished for. Try something else, but never ever get stuck at any point in your life. Be patient, work hard, hope for the best, be happy, have faith in God and yourself, and maybe one day you will get more than what you have wished before, just like what happened in Kalam's life. After that, he got a job at the Directorate of Technical Development and Production as a senior scientific assistant on a basic salary of 250 rupees per month. And at ADE, that is Aeronautical Development Establishment, he worked on indigenous hovercraft named Nandi, and from there he went to America for his further work. In the second part, from chapter 4 to 9, he is describing the whole process of making the Indian satellite launch vehicle, that is SLV-3, which is Professor Sarabhai's great vision of creating a new frontier in the field of Indian science and technology. Here, friends, you will get to know what kind of difficulties all the engineers and scientists have faced and how they overcome each of them. The whole world was trying to break their self esteem, but with their perseverance, they finally did it. The sources were not enough to make the SLV, but with courage, innovation, and the continuous support of government all the time, they made the dream of India's entry into the group of nations which possessed satellite launch capability possible. But Kalam sir had many heart wrenching incidents in his life and how he faced all of them and threw himself completely in his work. Now, friends, I like to mention some of the amazing incidents happened in this journey. Number one, you will be surprised to know that when Kalam sir went to Bellop's flight facility in East Coast, Virginia, he saw a painting prominently displayed in the reception lobby. It depicted a battle scene with a few rockets flying in the background, and you will be amazed to know who were the soldiers on the side of launching the rockets. It was Tipu Sultan's army fighting the British. And what is the time period of his reign? 1782 to 1799. It means at that time we had the knowledge of warfare rocketry. Just wow. Second one is the incident related to Professor Oda, who was an X-ray payload scientist from ISAS Japan. Here Kalam sir tells us about his dedication to his work, which is exemplary, and how Mr. Sudhakar saved Kalam's life from a hazardous situation. Third one is that Kalam sir has beautifully described all the working methods of Professor Vikram Sarabhai, Professor Satish Dhawan, Dr. Brahm Prakash, all other engineers, scientists, researchers, and government authorities, which is very impressive and inspiring. Fourth one is that SLV-3 mission was completed during its third trial because in the first trial it stopped working in its second phase and dropped into the ocean. Some technical issues came up during second trial and finally it happened in its third trial. Friends, I'm not even able to consolidate all the lessons I have learned from this book. That's why it took me so many days to make this video. In the third part, Kalam sir tells us that how he shifted from ISRO to DRDO, and with the immense help of Professor Satish Dhawan, Defense Minister R. Venkataraman, all scientists from ISRO, DRDO, DRDL, and SHAR, 300 young engineers, and all the government authorities and others have made an integrated guided missile development program and have made Agni, Akash, Prithvi, Trishul, and Nag missiles successfully one by one. And how the emergence of India as a self reliant country in the field of guided missiles upset all the developed nations of the world. Kalam sir further said that 2 centuries of oppression, subjugation, and denial have failed to kill the creativity and capability of Indian people. And India can most certainly achieve state of the art technology through a combined effort of all the scientific laboratories and the academic institutions. In the last part of this book, Kalam sir is describing how the nation celebrated the success of its missile program, and he was conferred the Padma Vibhushan along with Dr. Arunachalam. He was experiencing a great joy within him, and how the memories of his complete journey swept over him. Here Kalam sir said that the biggest problem Indian youth faced was a clarity of vision and a lack of direction. It was then he decided to write about all the circumstances and people who made him what he was. He advised the youth of the nation with these words: your willingness to use your inner resources to invest in your life, especially your imagination, will bring you success. When you address a task from your own uniquely individual standpoint, you become a whole person. The two demerits, according to me, in this book are: number one, in the second part of this book, there is presence of some of the very difficult scientific instruments or tools mentioned here. And to understand all of them, you need to Google to understand exactly what they are and what's their use. Second one is that Kalam sir explained normal things merged with some scientific laws and process of electrons, force, and other things, and make the whole paragraph quite difficult to understand. But one plus point, according to me, in this book is that with each chapter, you may get some wonderful magic of words in the form of poetry, which you may like. So, friends, that's all for now. If you like this video, please do subscribe to my channel and like and share this video. If you want to purchase this book, I have already given the link below in the description box. So friends, I'll be right back with another great book. Till then, bye bye.